Welcome back to part 2 of the making cartoon video. Okay, so what you want to do now is rename so you don't get lost. So this is gonna call outline. You make another layer and drag it at the bottom, and then call it coloring or color, whatever you want. So the reason why that one's at the bottom is so when you color it, you don't have to go over the lines. It goes at the bottom of the lines. Alright, so now I'll do sample the face, and then to make sure I get the right color, and then just start brushing it and just do all the face and everything. You don't have to be careful because then you can just delete whatever you don't like or just go over with a different color. And then I'm going to sample the hairs on the hair, get the paintbrush and paint it as well. Now I'm going to put the hardness up a bit so it doesn't go through the lines. There's a lot of ways you can paint. Like you can use this you can use the polygon tool or whatever selection tool to select what you want and then just color in. I like to just brush it over areas because that's just me, that's how I like to do it. But anyway, it's up to you. I'll show you some other ways of coloring a bit further on in the video, so you can choose whatever you like. Yeah, anyway. If anything takes quite a long time in the video, just skip through it, because I'm not really good at editing videos, so I didn't know how to do it. So just skip the parts you don't want. Anyway, so now you click on the first layer, outline, and you can choose with the select tool, magic wand tool, whatever you want, like the eyebrow, and then click back on the color, and then you can just brush over it. So this is another way you can color things in. So again, like you click on the outline, select anything you want, use the magic wand tool to select it, and then go back to color and use the brush to color it in. But again, this is only gonna work if all your lines are closed. So if you get parts where it's open, it's just gonna select everything, so you don't want that. So it's only gonna work if you worked really careful and you closed all the lines. But you don't have to use this, it's up to you. Sometimes the sample tool may not work, so you need to hide the color layer, and that's it. And then you can just, so you have to see what you're sampling. That's the whole reason for it. Here I done a mistake. I start coloring in on the outline. You can do that, but I don't know, it's up to you. But you really should do everything on different layers. So I'm gonna go back and do this again on the color layer. Sorry for this time wasting thing, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, sometimes you might make mistakes, but just try and go back and do them right. In this case, go back to color and color in on the color layer. Anyway, so here I'm just trying to color things in as much as I can. You don't really need instructions for this or anything. I could tell you anything. Basically just use whatever you know. to color this in, so I'm using wand tools to select them faster, and then or just a regular brush to brush everything out. Like right here, didn't want to use wand tool anymore, so I just started brushing. Yeah, if this takes too long, just skip it. If sometimes you do a mistake, you can click Control Z to go back, but this is only gonna work for one step. So if you do too many mistakes, it's not gonna go back too much. But you can click on the History tab and just click back to place wherever you like. But usually, I don't follow the picture too much. Like, I don't use colors or anything like that. I change it, everything, and I try to be as rough as I can to make it look more cartoony. But it's all up to you. If you think you want a more realistic look, then go for it. Hopefully you understand how to do this and some way you can follow it. But it's really easy. You just make outlines on a new layer, you trace the bottom picture, and you just start color things in. And in the final video, I'm going to show you how to add some finishing touches to make it more realistic and stuff. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So here I'm gonna draw the color. I mean the eye pupils or whatever. So what you wanna do is now click on black, and then to do this on the color layer, what you do is just like you have to set down the opacity down. So you do this by dragging this thing. You do this on the color, and then you can see through. You just click on the eyes with the brush tool, and it should make two dots. One, and then the second one, and that's it. And then you can bring back the opacity back. Yeah. So here I'm just bringing down the hardness. I mean, make it more softer, the brush, for the eyes as well, for the white parts. So what you do is just resize the brush tool and do exactly the same and just paint it. Here I'm just sampling the color of the eyes. So anyway, just take the sample tool, click on a place where you want to take the sample from, and then you can adjust the color. Because I thought it's too dull, so I just lighten up a bit. And click back on the color layer and then just color it in. That's probably the easiest way to do this. Here I'm just resetting back to hard, so you don't go out too much out of the lines. I'm doing this because since the pupils or whatever are on the same page as the color, they interfere when I color in. So what I'm gonna do is select just the eye and then color just the eye parts and color it in. So again, I just click on the part of the eye that I want, select it with the magic wand tool, and then color it in with a brush. Anyway, I think I already finished the coloring bit. As you can see here, you can click on the eyes to hide and show different layers, so you can see how it looks like without the lines or without the color.